Welcome to another episode of Pitchside podcast.
Pitchside!
A show that represents a footballing giant in the Southern Hemisphere, Mamelodi Sundowns. I'm not alone with the gents, Bafetu, Huze,
Mudais.
Le Sharp.
Mudais.
I can see the mood is moody.
No.
We're moody.
Moody because weekend we saw what happened. Everybody is excited in this premises. No, we've never seen such a display from the boys. They made my weekend.
No. Sugar, you were at the stadium. I saw you.
You can see I'm still dressed in my playing gear. So I'm really excited about the display the boys showed. Just a simple round of applause for them. They've done so well.
Okay, guys, let's recap on the game itself. If you remember, before the game, we spoke about the importance of winning that game and knowing exactly how we played against them, go Egypt, and then coming here, the history between the two clubs. We spoke about the head-to-head, how many times we've played them, how many times we've won against them, whether home, whether away. And coming into that game, how do you think the coach actually managed to speak to the players or maybe highlighting the importance of actually qualifying, because of not just winning, just qualifying on that day, especially against Al-Ahly?
You know, like you say, that the coach had to play a very big role in terms of calming down the emotions, because everyone all over the continent, all over the country, everybody was speaking about this game, and it had so much attention. And as players, at times it may get into your head that you want to be there. It no longer be for the club, but then you begin to think, I want to show up on the game as an individual. But the way in which the coach handled everything and brought the whole team together and they worked together as normal, the normal Sundowns. What I liked more was the effort they would put into getting stuck in there to being able to compete. It was not just about the talent they possess, but also the heart. You could see that they were really ready to fight for the win.
What's your take?
I think the credit must go to the whole team. You know, having to see the players applying themselves the way I'm sure the coaches wanted them to apply themselves. Playing according to the strength, which is Sundowns' way. They never changed anything on the day, and it was, you can see their hunger and the drive that they want to win the match. You touched the very important point when you say qualifying. I think more than anything, they wanted to qualify. And by so doing, they gave the performance, and the performance gave you goal scoring opportunities. And I can't talk about the goals. I got goosebumps. Goosebumps because I saw beautiful goals, and I can see that the kids are just playing to express themselves in a way that the platform is allowing them to. But there's a big congratulations to these boys, because they are now going to the knockout stages.
I think maybe for now personally, I think there's certain things that I can't get over, or maybe can't get enough of, is looking at the way they played and the team goals, because Sundowns, we more on team goals. We don't just score a goal out of nowhere. There's movements behind the ball. There's a pass. There's always something that happens just before we even score the goal. But you look at the way we scored the goal and the amount of numbers that we scored the goal. And also at some point, you thought maybe the game was even, especially after they equalized. And I think that's when I started realizing maybe they stand a chance of coming back into the game. But also for now, because of I was working on that game, the weather was horrible for them. I knew that for them to be able to run,
for sure,
Mamela, the weather was horrible. It was so hot. But also for now as well, which something that I want to ask you guys is, what stood out for you? For now personally, it was so amazing to see how our fans received Pacey. Number one, they clapped for him when he walked on into the pitch to warm up. And even though during the game there was a lot of boos, but they embraced him after the game because of they don't hate Pacey, they love Pacey, but they know that he's dangerous. So they try to play him.
Say that he's dangerous.
No, it's a problem that point. So for you guys, what's your standout moment on the game itself?
For now, I would say the goals. You mentioned a point more, the goals are not just coming at Sundowns. You see them, the build up towards the goals. So for me, you can tell that this is a typical shoe shine and piano. A lot of movements, a lot of technical coaching points, as we would put it that way, because a lot of things that are happening towards the ball, on the ball, and players are running off the ball. Look at the first goal. You can tell that it was just a disguised run from Peter, took the whole defenders
the
away.
whole defense.
Marcelo received on the D-line free.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that are happening were just positive, and it's like a PlayStation, because I looked at how you express yourself against a big team like Al-Ahly, and you're having to take everything that you have practiced, come out in a big match like that. For me, I think that was big.
Sugar?
Yeah, like Skipper is saying, the goals was something really that really stole the show for me, because you could see how they weigh their pass to one another to build up to the goal. If you look at there is a goal that came straight from a goal kick to Ronwen. Ronwen plays it straight into, I think it's the fifth goal, straight down the middle to find our player. One touch. It's just one touch. They all know where their teammate is, and to be able to finish off moves like that, it really shows that there's a lot of work that is put in within the training sessions to prepare for the game. The goal that Peter scored, the first goal he scored, the weight of the pass that comes from Marcelo in between the lines to find Neo, who beats one guy, plays it through to Peter when everybody is shifting, finishes off with a top finish. It shows that these are the things that they practice, and to see them, like Captain is saying, that to see it coming out in a big game like that, it shows the maturity within the team, and it really is an encouraging sight to see that the boys are truly enjoying the game, not only just enjoying, but also bringing in the results that are required for Mamelodi Sundowns.
And also, when you speak about, the moments in the game when you see them happening, you can see that this is from a training ground, and maybe many people don't understand, or within that there's a lot of repetition.
For sure.
You don't just do an exercise once and then you get it over with, and then you're expecting things to happen in the game. Because I remember after the game as well, like I couldn't keep it in. Like I end up telling Peter, like, the composure that you had inside the box for me is, I look at the magnitude of the game, the importance of the game, the opponents that you're playing, the stadium attendance. You have that composure inside the box.
Vala.
There is no way that you should start questioning your composure in every game that you play.
Never. I think
so you understand what I'm saying?
A big point in that.
So for me, that was like, bruh, do you understand? Did you see the composure that you have? Please, when we play against whoever that we're playing against next, I want to see that composure inside the box, because you showed me against one of the big giants in the continent. So you need to continue doing that, because at times I feel like they undermine the quality that they have. And then sometimes they need to be reminded. Not maybe they undermine. Sometimes you need to be reminded. As footballers, we always want to be reminded. Mamela, you're good at this. You can improve on this, And for me, to see the Neo Miamis, the Alendes, play with so much pride, confidence and pride. And after, even though we conceded a goal because of the way that we play, they come back.
That's usually they say when you see a team having to come back from that. That's huge. For nothing, there's a team that is ready to compete in the world, because look at the way they responded to that. Because some players after that, they will drop their heads, because remember, like you're saying, the big game. But they're having to come out of that and make sure that you still practicing and applying yourself the way you should be applying, sticking to what's the team preparation and team, game plan. For me, it's huge. Look at the Aubrey. He lost the ball in the midfield.
He still came back.
He went
came
there.
back.
That's the character.
My man,
and for me, I think that's the team that is ready.
I'm telling you, like, I was so impressed to see that. And after they stole the ball from him. And also the person that steals the ball is one of our products, because of something that we used to practice, to come from behind to toe poke. He knows. And then you look at after they scored, Mudiba goes down. Like, you can see he's distorted. You can see he's not feeling well. You can see Ronan from the post running to him, pick him up, patting him on the back, let's go. You can see other players telling him, let's go. So for me, as a former footballer, I'm looking at, okay, I want to see the next 5 minutes, if he's going to hide or not.
The guy comes back immediately. He gets the ball. The same place.
No, kudos. Like, I see a lot of maturity from the guys.
I promise you.
And Tlompo, since when you the person that is used to scoring the goal is out,
you say beautiful goals.
You know what he calls them? He calls them good goals. But he knows that he's done lot of training.
Let me tell you something. I still cannot try to put my imagination how this kid is feeling today.
Yeah.
Because not many, even the talented ones, they don't score goals like that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But it takes guts. Especially we talk about the game, the game, the temperament of the game.
Yeah.
That game is big.
Yeah.
For you to try and take a shot from that angle.
And
That
against one of the
distance.
best goalkeepers in the continent.
Thank you.
Let's put that into
It takes
context.
guts.
Yeah.
It takes guts, and you need to be sure about your technique.
Yeah.
So when I saw that thing, the execution of that shot, that was something else. And like I stood up, I was on TV.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
I was looking for the replay of that goal,
Yeah.
and I see the ball is just
Moving. It doesn't even spin.
Goosebumps, baby.
Because like, when that happened, I even forget that I'm in a commentary booth. I had no words. I had nothing to say. I was just in awe of the goal that had been scored. So even now we're playing slow-mo, because normally in commentary, in slow-mo, that's where I enter, and I need to interpret the slow-mo as to how the goal came about. I had no words, because of this is a Tebogo that I knew. I've seen this happening when he was still at SuperSport. He will score incredible goals. And then for Sundowns, he started doing that in the first few games but he couldn't find the right technique, he couldn't find the right moment. And then he resorted into playing the position that he's playing now, the responsibility that he has now. And then his game started growing. I remember we had conversation about now Tebo is a different player.
He's a totally different guy.
But guys, okay, Nersa corrid the ball outside the box unless something happens.
Wow.
You scored something.
But you
in
scored
FNB, my
something.
friend.
Yeah, but it was a
You
beautiful
scored
pass.
this one goal against Greg Itafia, and I told him about him last week.
Yeah, but
The same goal.
Slompo, you played football. There were teams. These are your teams. Solos was my team, my friend.
I didn't have that team.
I'm telling you, I had a team. Like whatever
I
happens.
can tell him.
Solos was
You
my
know
team.
his team is the one somewhere not far here. It's wearing the colors you guys.
Yeah, I know.
That's his team.
No, but I always.
No.
So I remember Mpozaka Gregita, and I remember the goal that you forever reminds me of. But it's just that most of the goals that I scored, I'll score against Swallows, irrespective of how I play. But it's just that there's that belief that you're going to score. And there's games where I know this is a game that I need to assist. And I'll do it because of my mind tells me they'll never give me an opportunity to shoot. Like, for instance, when I play Chiefs, they'll never allow me to be outside the box, right? But whenever because they're so scared of you shooting, Okashapa Vala and still create a space for you. So at times when I play, depending on who I'm playing, I'll take a different responsibility. Okay, get Chiefs, what's the magnitude? Okay, hype, let me play a little bit more quiet.
He's
you understand? So it's one of those situations.
He's good. I just remembered another one of his teams that he enjoyed scoring against. The one in not only in Orlando but also the team from Cape Town City. He's good. I've got your archive.
Hey, Dindugu fan.
I've got your archive.
But Akira is speaking about the technique.
Yeah.
The technique. Yeah. The boys.
Yes.
Look at the goal Marcelo.
Also scored. Yeah.
The same technique that Debs are used. The big toe. The big toe doesn't give a keeper any chance.
Yeah.
No. Even the best keepers in the world, they will say, remember the killer goal that he scored? You guys were playing.
Yeah.
Rustenberg
against Spain.
Yeah. Remember that goal?
Yeah.
The same technique.
Yeah.
I promise you. You can tell that Debs and the boys they're practicing that.
And also, what's nice as well is also what's nice is to see Sundowns. Normally, it's we pass until we pass the net, and to see in that game for players to take shots outside the box, because normally in every game I know when Neo plays, I know he's going to be the first person to shoot.
Yeah.
I know.
Even when he's off balance.
He'll shoot. That's Neo.
Yeah.
I've never seen Alanda taking a shot.
Okay.
You always want to pass. Tabes are maybe in the beginning of the season, but now in the second round of the season, he always, because he plays a little more deeper. So now he never gets an opportunity to be up that high and to be able to take a shot. So for me to see the bravery of the boys doing that, and the willingness at times, because of the game also asked them to defend at times. In that heat, they come back and defend, knowing what a Majidale, because of, I remember in the second half when they started making those subs, and Abakenyabo Kader, I know they're gonna try now steal fouls, like now create fouls.
Like
they started, they're gonna start doing fouls, and then and you know how frustrating it is, because of we only have maybe 2 strong headers in the team. The rest they neither here or there. So for me it started like being a little more scary, and especially with the fouls that we started committing.
And they can deliver the cross.
They can
Mamela,
deliver.
did you see the crosses?
that guy,
Yeah.
Malulu, he put that ball between the... There's this one that I saw the goalkeeper just stood rooted. I was like,
Yeah,
this is the
because they playing so much power in between the goalkeeper and the defenders because the space is so narrow. It's very difficult for the goalkeeper to come out.
And it's
But
very dangerous for the defender
to
because
defend
you
it,
can
yes,
score
because it can be an own goal.
know that
You know
because
this-
he used to
the
deliver
technique.
those.
Yeah, it's
I
while
just wanted
talking power with the right technique. I'm telling you, anybody just a touch,
Touch.
it becomes something else.
I Salwan Tsulela that goal, because Super Sport, and I didn't head it. I just put my chest open
Yeah, I
and it went
remember, I
in. That
remember,
was
I
the
remember. I
technique.
remember.
That was the
Sulela.
How can I save you?